Dear cadets, a pretty good morning to you all. I welcome you in our today's class. Today's class is the continuation of our last class where the topic was transformation. Now, without any more delay, I'd like to start our topic. In the last class, we are learning the rules of how to transform an affirmative sentence into a negative one. The left rule is given here. Dear all, first notice the example of the affirmative sentence. Here, he is too weak to walk. How will you change it into negative sentence? That is, he is so weak that he cannot walk. Observe very carefully. Here, the affirmative sentence is a simple one and the negative sentence is a complex one. As you already know the clauses and the rules of simple sentence and complex sentence, I hope you will be clear about it. See, if in the affirmative sentence you find the short rule that is 2 ... 2, then in negative sentence you have to turn it into the rule that is so ... that. Here how can you understand that the affirmative sentence is a simple one here? You see, here is only one clause, and in simple sentence you will find that only one principal clause is here. That is, he is too weak to walk. You find here no more clause. And in the negative sentence, you see there are two clauses. That is, he is so weak that he cannot walk. Here, where is the principal clause? That is, he is so weak. And the subordinate clause, that he cannot walk. Is that clear? Okay, next one is, the sum was too difficult for me to work out. How will you turn it into a negative one? It will be, the sum was so difficult for me that I could not work out. Dear all, I have intentionally added two examples here. Do you know why? The reason is so that you can understand that while transforming a sentence, you cannot change the tense. The tense will always remain constant. That is, in the first example, you see the sentence was in the present indefinite form. So, while transforming it into a negative one, you see the same form of tense. And in the second example, the tense is in past indefinite one. So, in the negative form also, you see the same. Okay, cadets, let's move to our next rule. That is, how to transform assertive sentence into interrogative one. Rule number 1. Here you see the example. At first, you need to keep it in your mind that if the assertive sentence is in the affirmative form, then while turning it into an interrogative one, you need to change it into a negative form. Okay? And if the assertive sentence is in negative one, you need to turn it into an affirmative one. Okay, see, he is in the school. In the interrogative form, it will be, isn't he in the school? Again, you can do the work. Can't you do the work? Then, he is not in the school. Is he in the school? I shall not go to Dhaka tomorrow. Shall I go to Dhaka tomorrow? Again, he played good football. Didn't he play good football? See, dear cadets, here the past indefinite tense. That is, as in the assertive sentence, you see played, which indicates that the tense is in the past form. So you need to keep that constant and you have to add an auxiliary verb, that is did, here in order to turn it into an interrogative one. And as the assertive sentence is in the affirmative one, you have to change it into a negative one. So you have to say didn't. Okay. Then she likes ice cream. Doesn't she like ice cream? Here you all know that for third person singular number, in the present form, you need to add s or es with the verb. If you have to add any auxiliary verb, then that s or es will be added with that very auxiliary verb. And so you have to give here does. Okay. This es will not be added with like here. Rather, it will be added with do. And that's why you have to say, doesn't she like ice cream? You cannot tell that, don't she like ice cream or don't she likes ice cream? No, these are wrong. You have to say, doesn't she like ice cream? Okay. Next one. You never play football. So it is in the present form, and that's why you need to add the auxiliary verb which is in the present form. That is, do you ever play football? Okay, dear cadets, can you say why and how this term ever came here? Yes, ever is the affirmative form of the term never, and so you need to give it here. Again, I have nothing to do. Have I anything to do? Here, anything is the positive form or affirmative form of the term nothing. And so you have to give it here. Okay, you can also write down here, that is, do I have anything to do? Okay, because at the time that have is in the principal verb, have is the principal verb, and here you can add do as an auxiliary verb. Next one, nothing can ruin him. What can ruin him? Here you see this example is a different one. You can also write down here, can anything ruin him? And you can write down, what can ruin him? Both are correct. Again, everybody wants to win. Here, see dear cadets, for everybody, you can change it by the term who doesn't. Okay, so everybody wants to win. Who doesn't wish to win? That is same. You can write down here, who doesn't want to win? Okay. Next one. Everybody loves flowers, or all love flowers. Same thing. So in the interrogative form, you will have to write down, who doesn't love flower? Next one. Nobody could ever count my love for you. Here, this nobody will be replaced by who. That is, who could ever count my love for you? Again, no one can beat him. In the interrogative form, you will have to write down, who can beat him? Or you can also write down, is there anyone who can beat him? So that is there anyone who can beat him will be the complex sentence, and this one, that who can beat him, is the simple sentence. You all know that. Dear cadets, Let's switch to our next rule, that is how to transform exclamatory sentence to assertive one. See, in exclamatory sentence, if you see the example like, what a nice flower it is. How will you change it into an assertive form? It will be, it is a very nice flower. Then, what a genius student he is. The assertive form will be, he is a very genius student. Cadets, you must be careful about the rule. That is, in exclamatory sentence, you must add the sign of exclamation. Otherwise, the whole sentence might be wrong and you will not get any mark, okay? And in the assertive sentence, there must have full stop at the end. Again, if you say, hooray, we have won the game. Here see the term hooray, what does it express? This is the expression of joy. So you need to break it into a number of words. You can say it or you can write it down according to your will. If the form is correct, it's all right. You need to give the tense as the correct one. You need to write down the sentence as the correct one. Then you will get full marks. Here you see, in assertive sentence, you can tell, it is a matter of joy that we have won the game. Here you need to see another thing carefully, that one is the pronunciation. Some of you might utter this term W-O-N, one, as own. No, never do that, okay? This one is wrong, because if you utter own, the spelling will be O-W-N, and you know what own means. Here, one is the past and past participle form of the term win, okay? Next one. Hooray, I got the first prize. Assertive sentence will be, it is a matter of joy that I got the first prize. Our next rule is that it's a very interesting one, and many a time in your life we use these types of sentences. See, if I were a player, here at the end you must add the sign of exclamation. How will you change it into an assertive form? You need to add I wish, okay? If you just add I wish with the sentence and replace the term if, it will be just turned into an assertive one. See, I wish I were a player. Then, if I could fly, the assertive sentence will be, I wish I could fly. These sentences are a kind of unreal past, and while indicating some imaginary past or something imaginary, at the time we use this type of sentence. Next one, the same thing, that is, if we say, had I the pairs of birds, okay, the assertive sentence, just you will have to change, you will have to replace the position. Here the head will be changed, head will change its position and it will go after I. So I had the pairs of birds. This one is a normal assertive sentence, and for turning it from the exclamatory one, you need to add here I wish. So it will be, I wish I had the pairs of birds. Okay, see, you can never write down I wish had I the pairs of birds. No, then it will be totally wrong. You need to make it properly, perfectly, and assertive one. Okay. Next one. The exclamatory sentence is, had I been a king. So in assertive form, it will be, I wish I had been a king. See, dear cadets, both the examples are written in past perfect sentence. So you cannot change the tense and you cannot write down it in past indefinite or present indefinite or present perfect tense. You have to write down them in past perfect tense. Okay. Again and again, I'm reminding you about tense because there is ample possibility to do it, to make mistake here. Next one. Alas, we lost the game. You see, the term alas indicates sorrow or dejection or frustration, depression. And then in order to indicate that sorrow, you need to tell that it is a matter of sorrow. See, it is very easy. This example is very easy for you if you just keep it in your mind. It is a matter of sorrow that we lost the game. Next one, alas, he failed in the examination. So in the assertive sentence, you can write down, it is a matter of sorrow that he failed in the examination. Okay. I hope a number of examples could make you the points clear. Next ones. See here. 5. He cannot tolerate the poor. This term 5 indicates this, some shame or hatred upon someone. So you can just replace the term 5 with it is shameful. And then you need to add the clause marker that. So you will say, it is shameful that he cannot tolerate the poor. You can also write down, it is a matter of shame that he cannot tolerate the poor. Both are correct, okay? Next one. 5. He doesn't respect seniors. So in the assertive form, it will be, it is shameful that he doesn't respect seniors. Next one. Would that I could be a player. So this exclamatory sentence will be turned into an assertive one in the according to the previous rule. That is, I wish I could be a player. Here, this would that has been, would that replace the term if. If you give here if, the meaning will be same. That is, if I could be a player and would that I could be a player, both are same. Okay. So and so both will be replaced by the sentence, I wish I could be a player, in order to turn it into assertive one. Okay. Next, would that I could be a child again. So here also the same rule, that is, I wish I could be a child again. And again, as like as would that and if, you can write here, oh that you were a cricketer. And see, I wish you were a cricketer. Again, oh that I were a poet. I wish I were a poet. I think some of you want to be a poet. So, and the poet cadets will find interest in this example. Okay, dear cadets, that's all for today. If you have any query, you must ask me. There is comment section. You all know that. You must write down your comments. And you also ask me through other that is other options like Messenger or anywhere. I will try to answer your queries. Okay, so far, stay fine, stay home, stay safe. Please be careful. Make your parents and siblings careful about corona pandemic. Don't go outside. Stay fine. Hope to see you soon. Allah Hafiz.